Hi, everybody. How are you doing? I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Susie, and welcome to All About Aliens and ETs. Thanks for joining us today. I see we got a few people already here. Hey, Chris MK. Hey, Without Ego. Hey, Right Dragon. Hey, Lulu Bubble. Hey, Stacy Norton. Thanks for y'all's questions. We'll be getting to that in just a minute. Hey, Deep Albuquerque. Hey, Faye Cole. Hey, Marky Mark. Hey, Mandy May. Hey, Butterfly Kisses Healing. I've enjoyed your videos and your little short clips of butterfly kisses. Hey, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Hey, Gina M. Thanks for joining us today. And first off, I'm going to talk about ascension. And the thing I'm going to talk about ascension is everybody thinks we're all going to ascend together at the same time. Ascension is kind of a personal journey. Hey, Inkar. Hey, Son of What. And it is kind of your personal journey. It's an evolution, it's growth, and it's our experiences and lessons that take us to the next level. So this ascension process, as I said, is an individual thing. And they're from I've got a list of 3D, 4D, and 5D. And what you feel during those times. Now, 3D, you're feeling shame, guilt, judgment, hopelessness, grief, fear, desire, anger, and pride. And when you're transitioning from 3D to 4D, you go from 3D is yourself as a body, so you're thinking of yourself and your body, and it's a heavy density and vibration. And when you're going from 3D to 4D, you're going into self-honesty and accountability. So when you're going into 4D, it's self-honesty and accountability, and that takes courage, neutrality, willingness, acceptance, reason, and logic. So that is 4D. Now, going from 4D to 5D, the transition is into spiritual reality or subjectivity to 5D, and that is freedom, happiness, and love. And that is your self as conscious soul, and it's much lighter density and vibration. So that is my thing about your personal journey on the ascension process. We all have ascension symptoms, and I want to thank everybody for joining us. Try to normalize our ET and our ET experiences here. That is my journey, and my mission is to try to all of us be able to talk about it and not think that we're crazy. This is a safe place to talk about it and talk about what has happened, even like in your childhood, that's kind of staying with you, and you're wondering if that was actually, everybody's going, oh no, you're crazy, that didn't happen, but probably did. So this is a good place to talk about it, and I'm glad everybody's here to join us. Hey, Strawberry Rebar, thanks for joining us. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Lauren, thanks for joining us today. Anyway, we have quite a few questions that came into the community box, and we're going to start off with those. We are trying to get them organized because we had a few later. People, we're trying to get them typed in. A lot of them are abbreviated. Hey, Carolyn. Hey, Wendy. Thanks for joining us today. Yes, it just thanks, as I said, we are trying to normalize our ET experiences or our experiences that might not be ET related, maybe angels or anyway, we're trying to normalize that and be able to talk about these experiences. And this is a good place to talk about it. So, okay, my first question came from Marky Mark. I don't know if y'all remember him on our last show. And he says, and we will bring in one or two people that I would like to get more information. So Marky Mark says, hi again. Can you pull his up? Okay, there you go. He says, hi again, Dr. Gail, Susie, and team. I have one particular fifth dimensional guide who visits me quite regularly to support me. This occurs in the astral lucid dream state. My perception is that she is a reptilian human hybrid. When she manifests in my lucid dreams, it is always very joyous and intimate as we merge our energies. Can you bring her energy through and relay whatever messages she may wish to share that would benefit all who tune in? Much love and appreciation, Mark. Well, Mark, as soon as I read this comment, most of the time I don't get into that energy or the comments until I get here on live. I mean, I write them in, but I don't tune into the answers. But she was insistent on coming in immediately. And what she said was, have no fear. You are on the right path. And she said that over and over again. And she was talking about everybody in the chat. She was pretty insistent. That's what she wanted to relate to everybody. Have no fear. We're on the right path. And I know she's real connected to Mark, but it was nice that she came through to me immediately. And this was an important message. And I think my interpretation is that she's talking about being here. Have no fear. You're on the right path. And I think that's all of us here, that we're on the right path. We are getting together and we are normalizing everything here. So that was a great message, Mark, that she came through, and that was for the group. Now, she says you've been on the right path for a long time. And so anyway, that was her message. And that was a great message. Okay. All right. Next. Let's see who we have next. Was it Bernadine? Was she the next one? I guess so. Okay. Let me see. Find out. I had to abbreviate a lot of these. Okay. Bernadine, I'm asking who my guides are and where they are from. Thank you. Okay, Bernadine, let's see. Tell me. The first one, as I see, is a human guide. I think this might be. Let me tap into this. Okay. First, I thought it was a relative. They're saying no. Henry. He's presenting himself in like khaki pants and a blue long sleeve shirt button up. He's just saying, I'm a clean cut guy. He says he's supporting you on your journey. And I don't know why, Bernard, but he's saying be brave. I don't know if you're shying away from something, but he's saying be brave. Come out of your shell. Anyway, there you go, Bernadine. You actually have a human guide, or he presents himself as human. He says he's human. He actually says he's a human hybrid. Human Palladian. Okay, that's what he is. He's a human hybrid and is a human Palladian mixed. And he says that his name is Henry, and he is supporting you on your journey. I've written it. I'm a writer, so I write things down. And so, be brave. That was a big thing he was saying, is be brave and come out of your shell. So I don't know if that resonates with you, Bernadine, but he's pretty strong on what he's saying about that. So anyway, there's your message. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Alina. Tell me about my guides. Do they have a message? Okay. Let me see here. I'm not Turian, who just popped right up. One step at a time. Baby steps. I don't know what you're working on right now, but what he's showing me is you need to take baby steps. You cannot take in everything all at once. It's baby steps, one step at a time. And let me see if he'll give me a name. And it is male. Oh. He said for you to give him an earth name, because I can't pronounce this. It starts with an A, but woo. No, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it, Alina. But he says, go ahead and just give him an Earth name. No way I can pronounce this. I'm sorry. So, okay. All right. Next. Hey, Alyssa. Oh yeah. That was fascinating. Okay. Hi, Dr. Gail and Susie. Thank you for letting us ask questions. You're helping a lot of people. My grandmother told me that when she was in the hospital, she woke up in the middle of the night and saw me standing by her bedside and said I looked like an angel Palladian. This really took me by surprise because she doesn't believe in this stuff. I'm wondering if my guides can give me some insight on what that was about. I wasn't there physically thinking, no, you were astral traveling. That's what you were doing. And that's great, Alyssa, that you're astral traveling. And I think you're doing a whole lot more than you think you are. But you must have been worried about your grandmother. So you astral traveled over there while you were sleeping and you were checking on her. So you are astral traveling a lot. This is not your first astral travel. You actually are really good at it. So that's what you're doing. I don't know if you know much about astral traveling, Alyssa, but it's your body will stay in bed, and then when I'm astral traveling, it looks like you can see through you, and so it's almost like a ghost. It's not really a ghost, but you can see through you, and you're astral traveling, and you can go look at things and explore things. And when my astral traveling, that's what I'm doing. But when my light body goes, which is more solid, and it goes to different places. But your body stays in bed, and you actually pull out and astral travel. But I see you astral traveling everywhere. I see you doing it all the time, Alyssa. I think you do it all the time. This is the first time you've had somebody see you. And yeah, so that's great, Alyssa. So that's what you were doing. You were astral traveling, and you went and checked on your grandmother. So, and you can start practicing that whenever you, in daylight or whatever, when you're awake, you're good at it. So you can start practicing it in the daylight and go see who you might want to check on during your waking hours. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Denise, do I work with ETs while I'm asleep? Okay. These are your sleep. I see you connected to them. Let's see if you're working with them. Walking right now through the spaceship Athena, seeing if I can find you. You're not on the Athena. I'm thinking you're on the Astro Medical one. And if you are, I think that's where you are. You're working with the hybrids. And everybody who works on the spaceship's a hybrid. So Denise, you might, very possibly, you're a hybrid. You're in engineering. And engineering is all computer work in there. I mean, they had so many computers. But anyway, that is what you're doing, Denise. You are on the spaceship. The Astro Medical one is a medical hospital spaceship. and you are working actually in engineering on computers in there. So there you go. And I know that might be a little bit of shock of information for you. I hope you're okay with that. Anyway, okay. Okay, Denise. All right, next. Hey, Lulu, are our ET guides able to help us stay protected in the astral realm? Well, I was curious about that too, Lula. I know that, Lulu, that they do protect us, but I think we have to ask for protection. I do think they protect us to a certain point, and there's a lot of lessons that we also have to learn, but we do have to figure out how to call them in for protection. I'm always calling in Archangel Michael for protection. So I'm not calling in my guides for protection as much as I am calling for him or different people like that. My guides, I'm looking at them more as information or directing me in the right direction. But I have seen guides that are real protective, and I'm looking into people's energies. I do find, especially if somebody has a reptilian guide, they are super protective. So I think that's going to be an individual thing. In fact, since I've got my snake that has shown up, my snake human, I'm sitting here asking her if she's protection, because she says no. She's too prissy. So no, she's not. But anyway, so I think that's going to be an individual thing, Lulu, is some people who have ET guides, they are very protective. In fact, Nancy Jean talks about her guide. She has a guide that is super protective, who's huge, that protects her. My guides, I call in Archangel Michael to help me for protection. So I hope that helps answer your question. Okay, all right, next. Hey, Son of What, could you ask my Palladian guide what kind of leader am I? Okay. Well, Son of What, I've got the answer for you. You're a leader of everything is what they told me. Leader of everything. And what they're showing me, and this is pretty amazing. What they're showing me is you're a leader in the 3D world, and you're a leader in the 5D world, which I've seen before, and they're showing me again, which is cards, that you're some kind of leader in cards. And I think you've told me that you do readings of cards, but they're showing me as you're like the leader, the teacher, the forefront, like the person people want to learn from, or you give the example, you're the leader in that whole area. Now on the fifth dimensional plane, I see you more as a leader in, it looks like military leader. It looks like you're definitely a warrior. I'm not sure if it's exactly military or you're representing a species. Let's see if I can get more on that. But they just told me you're a leader of everything. I'm not getting clear or the warrior. I feel like it's a race that you're leading. And it almost looks like it might be reptilians. And it's the good ones. Don't worry. They have good energy. But you're a force to be reckoned with, is basically what they're showing me, is that they're showing you as leader of the card, but also they're showing me as you're protecting and teaching others how to protect themselves here on Earth too. So you have a very protective nature about you around people. That's what they're showing me, and you're just leader of everything. I know I'm not narrowing in on anything specific here or enough, but it looks like you're just the leader in everything, and everybody's going to watch you and follow you. So you're super important there, son of what? Okay. All right. What's next? Agent car, ET guides, and names. Okay. Let's see what we got here. No, I'm trying to erase Son of Watt. They're still trying to show me more stuff from him. I think I need to get more in detail that later on him, because I think they're really wanting to talk about him. You've got an angel that has just shown up. She's beautiful. She has a sense of humor too. You've got several guys. She's going, here's me, and here's this person, and this person, and this person, introducing me to everybody. So you have quite a few. But it looks like to me she's the leader. It's your family member she's showing me. Yeah. And your family members are saying how proud they are of you. And they're showing me that you've gone through some tough times and that you are coming out of that. I don't know if that's true, Jinkar, or not. But they're telling me things are going to get better. So I hope that means something to you. But anyway, that's a great message that things are going to get better. So, okay, next.
Those are all the community board questions.
Okay. All right. So we can go to the chat then. Hey, Chris MK, Dr. Gail, just discovered this AM that we have a dragon in our yard along with the 3 fairies. Can you give me a name, please? So exciting to have made this discovery. Yeah, that is exciting. Sorry, it's not a UFO story. Oh, no, that's okay, Chris. That's fine. Chris, do you want to come on and talk about that? That would be great, because I deal with the fairies and the gnomes. I didn't know that was going to be part of my work also. But you want to come on and, oh, Jen Carr, 100% truth. Thank you. Okay, there you go. I'm glad, Jen. Do you want to come in and talk about that? I'd like to hear more information about the dragon and the 3 fairies and some more details about it. So can you come on and talk about that some more? Just let me know, Chris, if you're still here. I know your comment was in there early. Jen Carr, I've been through some really hard times and I've gotten through, but it took a long time. Okay. Well, Chris, this is going to help me connect to you if I hear your voice. So go ahead and email us at allaboutETs@gmail.com, and we'll give you a link to come on. And it'll just, Chris, just connecting to your voice helps me get more details about things like that. Okay. All right, so Chris, we're going to move on and go ahead and email us there, and we'll bring you on and get more details. Oh, and there you go, allaboutETs@gmail.com. Go ahead and email us there. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next. Hey, Stacy. Hi, Dr. Gail and Susie. Can I please ask if it was the reptilian that damaged my third eye last week? I have no fear about anything since I've already been in battle and put back together numerous exes. Okay. They're showing me that you did have a run-in with the reptilian, but you closed your third eye down before they could damage it. It looks like you can open it right back. It almost looks like this is what they're showing me, Stacy, is like we have eyelids, that you have an eye, almost like an eyelid over your third eye. And all you have to do is just open it, is what they're telling me. I don't think I've ever seen this before where somebody actually has an eyelid, and it is a protection that you have built into yourself, that you can close that third eye so that it cannot be damaged, and you can just open it right back up. That's what they're showing me. So it looks like you did have a run-in with the reptilian, but they did not damage it. You have the ability to close off before they do. So yeah, so go ahead and you just open it yourself. You might just do a meditation that opens your third eye, something simple, maybe a 20-minute meditation. But it looks like you have the ability. If not, if you still can't get it to open, Stacey, just come back to the show tomorrow and I can go ahead and open it. I have different guides that do that, that we can go ahead and open that third eye. But yeah, they're just showing me you have like an eyelid there that you can do it yourself. You open and close it at will. Okay. Chris says she's emailed us.
Yeah, I sent her the link.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Faye. How do I have? Hi. Do I have an ET or alien guide? Just everyone. No, Faye, not everyone has an ET or alien guide, but people who are interested in the show tend to have ETs or alien guides because you're connected to my message that I'm saying. So most people here that are in the chat, I would say most of them are working on spaceships, working with ETs, and you're just coming in and verifying it. And so you do have ET guides and you do have ET families on who does connect with me in the messages here. So let me see. Looks like you have a Palladian. Yes. It's a man and a woman. Oh, there's two of them. I think they're a couple. Yes, they're a couple. You're telling me it's time to get ready. This is what you're supposed to be getting ready for. This is weird. Okay, they're showing me plant your feet on the ground. And they're showing me like 2 steps, like something, planting your feet on the ground. And let's see if they're wanting you to ground or what this is all about. Oh. They're wanting you to enjoy Earth, enjoy your body, enjoy what this world has to offer you. It looks like to me that they're kind of showing me that you've been isolating yourself, and they want you to get out and enjoy the human body experiencing Earth. Is what they're showing me. So it looks like to me you need to be getting outside more, grounding, enjoying. It's just showing me that you have been pulling away from it, and they're wanting you to go back to actually enjoying the human body, enjoying being here on Earth. That's what they're showing me, Faye. I hope that means something to you, but that's what they're showing me. Okay. Oh, I see we got Chris here.
Hi.
Hey, Chris, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
Can I ask
Oh,
you quick, Susie? You don't. Do you live in the Southwest? Do you live in Arizona?
No, I'm on the East Coast.
Okay, because I almost said hi. I swear I saw a woman in the store, and I thought, oh, that's Susie. I should say hi. And then I thought, no, I better not. Just in case. But she looked exactly like you, long
oh,
hair and everything. Okay, sorry.
got a twin out there, Susie.
Yep, she was
That's
very
scary.
All right, Chris, I'm excited to hear about your story about the dragon and the fairies. That's exciting.
Well, you told me the name of you told me I have three because I did ask you about that last year. You told me they were Christian, Christine, and Crystal. And
original, weren't they?
yeah. And I get a lot of interaction, especially from Christian. Now, sometimes when he comes in the house, he's very he scratch. It's like there's all this loud scratching, but not all the time. And then the other two don't seem to come in as often with him, but sometimes they do. But this morning I was watering, and I'm talking to them all the time. I mean, and the dogs sense them, but our puppy, they make her nervous. So that's when I know exactly that they are in here and close by. And I have an app on my phone that picks up, well, basically it's a ghost app, but it picks up energies. And so that's how I see them. And the other night they were here right literally right next to the puppy, and then she got up and moved. So I pulled the phone out and I saw their figures, but they don't look human or anything. They're just dots and dashes. And so I don't know what made me think of it, but then I put my pendulum between the phone and them, and they had that thing going wild. That pendulum was just, it looked like I had to be moving my hand, but I wasn't. So anyway, this morning I was watering, and why, I have no idea, but I suddenly wonder if I have a dragon back here.
Your dragon's name is Lawrence.
Lawrence, he's very formal, Lawrence.
Lawrence.
So I asked if I have a dragon, and but I use when I'm outside, I use my body as the pendulum, and I got yes, and I thought, oh my God, I've got a dragon, yes.
You did. So, and you know the picture that Nancy Jean shows about her dragon, Cecil?
Yes, Cecil. Yes.
They look very similar.
Oh, cool. Yeah, because I thought, because I've never, with the fairies, I'll see maybe and not all the time, like a little quick orb, zips past, or what looks like a little bug, but it's there and then it disappears. There's nothing flying around. So I'll see that. But the puppy really does sense them, and they make her nervous. But it's, she doesn't get scared, but she just will move. She'll suddenly jump up off the bed when she's sleeping and kind of look behind her and then just move to a different spot. So I know they're there.
Yeah, I find my dog when they're here. She's over there in the corner, like hiding in a corner when they come in.
Yeah. No, Peanut just gets up and moves. She gives them a dirty look and moves. But but then this morning when I found out about the dragon, I thought, oh my gosh, this is just too cool. Too cool. And I do have, before I found out about the fairies, I suddenly thought, I'd love to put in fairy gardens. So I have like 5. They're in pots where I can protect them from the weather. But so I have 5 of them. But then after that is when I discovered I had fairies. But I also have a couple of dragons out there. But anyway, so I thought this was so cool. And Lawrence, and he looks like Cecil. Resembles Cecil. Okay.
He resembles Cecil. Mm-hmm. Very similar. But that's great. And you make it a fairy garden. That's great. What did you put in the fairy garden?
Oh, just different. I just went to the store. I was just looking for a little thing. I didn't know. It just hit me. And I just love all that little stuff. I think from when I was a kid, I liked all those tiny. So I just put fairies, and like I said, a dragon, a tree reading a book. So I have that tree reading to the fairies and to the dragon. The dragon is holding a baby. And anyway, so, it felt like I'm 78, but I felt like I was 8 years old doing all of that. It was just so much fun. So I did ask if the dragon has been out there the whole time that I've known about the fairies, and I got a yes.
Yeah, it has been. And white dragon saying, can't go wrong with the dragon.
That's right. That's right. I mean, I am excited, but I thought, I wonder why too. I just got the idea to ask about the dragon, which it seems he wants me to know about him.
What they're telling me is your vibration just increased enough to know it.
Okay. Because because you did a quick reading for me, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and I just asked about messages, and they said I have to ground more, and I thought, how much more do I need to ground? I'm always, I can actually ask my plants if they need watering, and I get, since I use my body with the pendulum, I'll get yes or no, and I'll water them accordingly, and So anyway.
Well, Chris, I'm out in nature twice every day.
Yeah.
I still struggle with grounding.
Okay.
So I get that all the time because I'm out there. I'd rather be out there. I'd rather be in the water. I'd rather do anything but be like inside of earth. But so I get it all the time too, and I feel like I'm outside more than most people.
Yeah, I love our yard, and I'm always out there, and I'm always talking to them, and the lizards, and I've talked to everything. The neighbors probably think I'm nuts, but I dread the day that I may have to downsize and move and not have a yard.
I'll tell you, since I moved to Mount Shasta, nothing like that's crazy around here.
No.
Maybe just out talking to you, anything. Because my next door neighbor talks about the fairies that are around her all the time, and it's really normal here. Yeah.
No,
now me talking about the ETs and everything, they do look at me like I might be a little out there. And people are so much more accepting of fairies and gnomes and spirit guides. And whenever it's almost like you cross the line when you're talking about ETs. I'm not sure why, but that's why I'm here to try to normalize that part too. So,
yeah. Well, you told me I have an Arcturian guide, Sam. So Sam and Melissa. So I talk to them all the time too, and they've shown me signs, not recently, but they have shown me signs, and so I, enjoy talking to them too when I'm outside. But yeah, it's fun. I am having so much fun. This is what an incredible experience.
Okay, well, thanks, Chris. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, let's go to our next question. Hey, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, does my ET guide Gloria have a message for me? Thank you. Okay, let's see. I know this is weird. I'm getting some weird messages. This is saying, how old are you? You are not too old to have fun. How old do you think you are? That's what they're saying. Think you are. You're not too old to have some fun. So apparently, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, they're showing me you're being a little too serious these days and you need to get out and have fun. And maybe you're saying I'm too old to do this or that and the other, but they're saying fun is fun, no matter how old you are. That's a pretty important message. So there you go, Spirit Watcher Suzanne. That's your message. Okay, all right, next. Oh, I like that name, Casual Observer. Just looking at that in chat. Okay. AMG Covington, I would like a message from my ET guide, Fraught. Thank you. Okay. Say, hello, I see you. And he's showing me cards. What's he showing me? Tarot cards he's showing me. He's showing me a card, Queen. Of Pentacles. What's he showing me that card? I don't know what's going on, AMG Covington, but is there money supposed to be coming your way? I don't know that I've ever had a guide show me a card, a tarot card. They're saying abundance. Abundance. And I think that's just your life is full of abundance. Or it's about to be full of abundance. It looks like this is extremely good things coming your way, G. Covington. Showing me that card and then saying abundance and then full of abundance and then it's abundance coming your way. So that's a great message. So there you go, G. Covington. Hopefully, I mean, it looked like to me it might even be money, but it looks like it's your life. It will be full of abundance. So great message. Okay, all right, next. Hey, Mandy May, does my Octarian guide have a message for me, please? Okay, let me see. Coming up in a fighting stance. Protect yourself. I don't know if you have a daily routine of bringing in protection, Mandy, but it looks like that's what he's wanting to say. I'm not sure if this is your actual regular Arcturian or if this is another one that has come around. And it looks like as a male, and it looks like he's a warrior. He has a big sword in his hand, but he's saying start a regular. Oh, okay. What he's saying is your vibration is becoming like a beacon out there. Your vibration's increasing and you're becoming where they can see you, that you're kind of a beacon. What they want you to do is start a protection practice and want to do a daily routine on protecting. A lot of people do different things. I'm not sure if you already have one, but they're wanting you to do a daily practice of protecting yourself. And that's the message. And it's a real important message because what they're saying is you have become where they're going to be interested in you, and you just need to go ahead. He is by your side, but he wants you to start a regular daily protection routine. And you can find the way that you like to protect yourself. I like to put a bubble around me. I have Archangel Michael put a bubble around me that lets only vibrational things inside, and then I also bring in the violet flame from Saint Germain. So I have my own protection. So you might want to find out your own way to do that. Okay. All right. Next. Hey, only daughter. Let's see. I am really heavy-hearted today. Can I have a message from my spirit? Okay. Let me see, only daughter. They're saying it's how you look at things. Okay. I don't know if you're doing this or not, but they're showing me that you need to put in a practice of gratitude. You need to have a daily gratitude routine. Okay. They're wanting, okay, only dollar, you're going through a lot of things. Okay. My hardest time of my life, what I was going through is when I was taking care of my dad with dementia. And this might help a lot of people. I finally got 2 books. And because people get tired of you complaining to them about everything, so I got 2 books at that time. I called one my bitch book and then my gratitude book. I got everything out in that bitch book that I was complaining about all the time, daily, what everything was going on, and then turned around to my gratitude book and wrote down the things I was thankful for. A lot of things that I complained about were also the things that I was thankful for. So they're wanting you to start putting in, trying to find the good things out of everything that you're doing. So I'm not sure if how your gratitude or how you're looking at things, but they're showing me that's what you need to do, is to start that daily gratitude. But I'm just telling you, when I was going through a hard time like that, that's what I did. I had 2 books. And as soon as I got it out on the book, instead of complaining to everybody, it seemed like it was so much better when I wrote it out, or it made me get it out. And then I could turn around and do the grateful. So you need to, it looks like to me they're wanting you to put a gratitude practice in place. Okay? All right. Thanks, only daughter. Next. Hey, White Dragon, do we who work on spaceships deal mostly with hybrids? I know I talked to an actuarial when needed. Well, White Dragon, I know everybody on the Ashtar Medical One is a hybrid because it's a hybrid spaceship. On the Arcturian spaceship, the Athena, I saw just different species, more specific than there's hybrids. I mean, like me and Susie, we're hybrids. We were on that spaceship, but I saw more people that were individuals, like, and they had their like separate areas. Like you could see the Arcturians here, you could see the Reptilians here, you could see the Greys, hybrids here. Anyway, you saw them kind of separated on the Athena. Now I'm on the Alphabet now, and it seems to be more hybrids on that spaceship also. But it just depends on the spaceship, that I would say. So there are a lot of hybrids, but the Astro Medical One was the reason why I deal with them. They were specifically a hospital for hybrids. So but everybody worked on there. It was a hybrid. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Okay, next. Okay, hey Pamela. Besides my Arcturian guide, do I have a Reptilian guide? If so, what is his or her name? Okay, Pamela. Oh, yes, you do. You have a very feminine reptilian. It's just a hybrid. Has a very feminine energy. Okay, this is flattering to you, Susie. She wants to be called Susie because she likes Susie. She wants to take on her name. So anyway, that is her Earth name. She wants Susie. And she's really feminine. Let me see what her purpose is. She's just saying she's just a regular guide. So she's with you all the time. Anyway, I like her, Pamela. Okay. All right, next.
Heather put 2 questions in. I'm going to actually put her second question up.
Okay. Hey, Heather. I'm interested in this. Does it really mean I'm connected to ET or aliens? I'm surprised, but can you tell me what they have to tell me? Yeah, Heather, if you're sticking around in here in the chat and all, yes, you are connected. Me talking to people wake a lot of people up to what they're doing. Hearing my voice wakes people up, and you start experiencing or remembering a lot of things that you're doing. There's a lot of people who are starting to remember, and that's what all this is about. We're trying to normalize it. We're trying to wake people up, trying to remember that you are working with the ETs. So, yeah, you're definitely, if you're here and you've been here, you're definitely connected. Let me see what they have to tell you. Oh, you have a whole family of ETs. And you've been working with them all your life. They're showing you since a child. They're showing me that you're on Earth representing them. You chose to come here. And I'm trying to figure out what they are. And it is to help the ascension process. I'm not sure what they are. They are humanoid. But they're not Palladians. They're not like the tall whites. And they're shaking their head. No, we're not. No, we're not. I'm not sure what race. There's a word they're saying, Asion, A-S-I-O-N. I don't know what race that is, but they are very attractive with dark hair. And kind of purple bluish eyes. So there you go, Heather. That's pretty important. Yeah, you're very, very, very connected. So there you go, Heather. Okay. Does she have another question, you said?
She was asking who her who her guides were, or a message from her guides.
Oh, a message. Okay. They're saying, hooray. I think they're happy that you're here and they're discovering who they are. I think you're going to see them more. I think you're opening up to them. And I've never heard of this before, Ashion. I've never seen anyone like these. Well, I have seen somebody like these before. I'm not sure what they're called. I do have it in my book. But anyway, I think they're just really happy that you're here and discovering who you are. Okay. All right. There you go, Heather. All right. Next. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Strawberry Rhubarb Tarot. Okay. 30 years ago, above my head, projected on my bedroom wall, were many kidney bean shaped, multicolored things. Living in the forest, there were no light sources to make this happen. What was that? Kidney beans in your, oh my gosh. They're saying they were fairies. Well, your fairies show up as kidney beans. Mine showed up riding fruit and vegetables. They show up all sorts of ways. Okay. Kidney beans. Yeah, they're saying they are the fairies that live with you. They're saying they live with you. It looks like there's a lot of them. Only a few of them live with you, and they said all those were passing through. It was like a family reunion. It was like had a family reunion on your ceiling of your bedroom. Now, I'm not sure it's a family reunion, but anyway, a lot of them were just passing through, but it looks like to me there's at least 2 or 3 of them that stay with you all the time. Okay, there you go, Sharon. Okay, next. All right, let's see. Hey, Tina, does my hybrid Frank have a message? I have been writing in my diary to him. Okay. Hang in there. It will get better. Ooh. You're going through a transition. Painful transition. I'm sorry. When you come out on the other side, you're going to be a new person. There you go, Tina. I'm so sorry you're going through this, but it looks like to me you're going through a big transformation right now, and you will get from this. It's like you're going to be a new person on the other side of it. So, okay. All right. I think this is time for Susie's questions. Time for her to come up with her questions. She always has questions. She always has great questions. So, Susie, what's your question for today?
Well, how about if I just show some toys instead? I only have 2 minutes. My questions are pretty heavy, not too much.
Well, go ahead and give me a heavy question. Whatever you have.
All right. Wait a second.
I thought you had them right there.
Well, I do, but they're kind of heavy questions. I need more than 2 minutes.
Well, you can.
You mentioned vegetables. Here's my vegetable car.
You can give me a question. If it takes more than 2 minutes, that's fine.
All right. You want me to read a question? Okay. Can you clarify your spiritual awakening, the abilities that you have had most of your life, and then what you describe as your spiritual awakening a few years ago?
Are you talking about my spiritual awakening? And what
Mm-hmm.
You want me to describe my spiritual awakening and my gifts that came through?
Yeah, your spiritual awakening. Can you clarify, when you speak of it, the abilities that you've had all your life,
Mm-hmm.
and then what you describe as your spiritual awakening a few years ago?
Okay. Well, I've always had the ability to know that somebody has passed. I've always been able to smell them, sense them, know they're around. Of course, if I told anybody that, they would tell me I was crazy or, oh no, what are you talking about? I've always been able to walk in the house and know there's a ghost or something there, some energies. And of course, was always dismissed. And so, and when we went in for COVID in 2020, I had a whole list of things to do, and I started to meditate. And I was just doing like YouTube meditations. I thought, let me try this meditation things. And I started meditating in March of 2020, and July 16th of 2020 is when an angel came, bright angel, came around and had already been talking to my dad. I've already connected with my dad. I had been connecting with people who had passed, and one was my dad who had passed away, and I connected to him. And I could see them at this time, not just sense them. And so my spiritual awakening was when this angel came flying around my dad into my face, presenting me with a bracelet. It shocked me so badly. I jumped off the couch from the meditation. I didn't know what was happening while she was there. She was beautiful, but it was the light that was blinding. And so then I went crawling to the only metaphysical friend I knew, which was Meg, and told her about it. And she told me it was a spiritual awakening. Now, for me, I was like, I didn't even know what a spiritual awakening was. So I had to go in and look it up and find out what it was. Anyway, from then on, my gifts expanded because they were already expanding even before my spiritual awakening. As I said, I had already gone from sensing them to being able to see them who had passed, and they were there. And then I started having a parade of meeting different ETs immediately after the angels. So, and then I kept going to my friend Meg. If it hadn't been for her, I'd probably been on some kind of drugs, medicated, whatever. But she just kept telling me I was okay. She says, I've known you for years. You're okay. So I was very fortunate that I had a Meg in my life to tell me that I was okay. Now, if I had gone to my family or my doctors or things, they all would have been telling me, something was wrong with me. Of course, I had decided after about 6 months of saying I must have a brain tumor. Something's wrong with me. At about 6 months in, I was going, okay, if this is a brain tumor, then this is great. This is a great way to go. All these gifts coming in. Did that answer your question, Susie? Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us today. Be sure y'all to come tomorrow for the Solaris Healing Center. And that will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern time. And this was for entertainment purposes only. And thanks for joining us today. And thank you, Susie. And we will see y'all later. All right. Bye-bye.